All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down a devastatingly effective soccer tactic. We're going to look at how you can coach a high-press system that doesn't just win the ball back, it launches your most dangerous attacks immediately. So, let's dive in.
So here's the big question for any modern coach out there, right? How do you do it? It's not just about stopping the other team from scoring anymore. It's about creating your own chances right from your defensive shape. And the drill we're about to dissect, well, it's designed to do exactly that. It's about turning your front line into a relentless pack of hunters.
So what exactly is the high-press hunting trap? Well, to put it simply, it's a coordinated press that's literally designed to be a trap. The whole point is to make the opponent's build-up play totally predictable. You're funneling them exactly where you want them to go, so you can snatch the ball back in the most dangerous part of the field, their final third.
Okay, first things first. Like any good trap, success starts with the setup. If you don't get the environment right from the beginning, the whole thing falls apart. So let's take a look at the blueprint.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the numbers. We're setting this up in the final third, in a space about 40 yards deep. And you've got your pressing team, that's your 3 forwards and 3 midfielders, so 6 players, going up against an attacking team of 7. That's their keeper, their back 4, and 2 midfielders. That overload, that numerical disadvantage for your pressers is deliberate. It forces them to be incredibly smart, coordinated, and efficient.
All right, the stage is set. Players are in position. Now for the really exciting part, springing the trap. And listen, this is not about just running around like crazy. It's a precise 4-step sequence that everyone has to be in on.
And this right here shows you that flow perfectly. It all begins with the trigger, that first pass from their goalkeeper to a center back. That's the signal. As soon as that happens, we're on. Then comes the initiation, which is your striker starting the press. That leads to the trap, as the ball is forced wide and your whole team just locks on. And then finally, the payoff, the turnover, where you win the ball and you immediately look to make them pay.
And what happens the second you win that ball? A clock starts ticking. Your team has just 8 seconds. That's it. 8 seconds to get a shot off. See, this isn't just about winning possession back. It's about drilling that killer instinct, that lightning-fast switch from defense to attack that just terrifies other teams.
But of course, it's not a one-sided drill. The team with the ball has a clear goal too. They aren't just mannequins out there. Their job is to try and break your press, get the ball across a coned-off midfield line. This makes it competitive, and it gives both sides a really clear way to know if they're succeeding or failing.
Okay, so we've got the setup, and we know the 4 steps. But look, any coach knows that a drill is only as good as the little details you teach. So now we're going to get into the secrets, the why behind the how that really makes this trap work.
This right here, this is absolutely fundamental. When your striker starts the press, they cannot, I repeat, cannot run in a straight line at the defender. Just look at the difference. A straight run leaves the pass open to the other center back, and poof, they escape. But a curved or arcing run, now that changes everything. That creates what we call a cover shadow. It blocks that passing lane, and it basically cuts the field in half. You're not just chasing anymore. You're dictating where they're going to go next.
This quote says it all. This needs to become a mantra for every single player on your pressing team. It's all about anticipation. You can't wait for the pass to get to the player to start your movement. Your players have to be shifting, adjusting, and moving while the ball is still traveling, so they're ready to pounce the split second it arrives at the receiver's feet.
Now let's talk about your midfielders. Their role here is just critical. They're the second line of this press. They're the anchor. The biggest mistake they can make is getting overeager and pushing up too soon. That just leaves massive gaps for the other team to play through. They have to be disciplined, wait for that striker's arcing run, and then be in the perfect spot to jump on the receiver, ideally winning the ball on their very first touch.
Here's a timeless piece of coaching wisdom. It's an old one, but a good one. Once you've successfully forced a play out wide, you've got an extra defender working for you. The sideline never gets tired, it can't be beaten for skill, and it is the perfect tool for boxing a player in. Your job is to use it.
So how do you actually use the sideline? It all comes down to one thing, body shape. Your pressing players, especially your wide forward and your midfielder on that side, have to angle their run to show the opponent one way and one way only, toward the touchline. You cut off the inside pass, you slam that door shut, and you funnel them right into that trap where they completely run out of options. So once your team starts to really get the hang of the basics, you've got to turn up the heat, right? You have to keep pushing them. So let's look at a few ways you can level up this drill and make their skills even sharper.
Here are 3 fantastic ways to progress this. First, the shadow constraint. For a few minutes, tell your forwards they can't actually tackle the ball. All they can do is use their arcing run and their positioning. This forces your midfielders to learn to read the play and be the ones to step in and make the interception. Second, add touch limits. Tell the attacking team they only get 2 touches. This forces them to play faster, which means your pressing team has to react even quicker. And finally, add a full transition. If the attacking team breaks your press, the drill isn't over. Now your pressing players have to sprint back to a recovery line. This coaches that other crucial moment, the transition back into a solid defensive shape.
So there you have it, the blueprint, the execution, the little coaching secrets of the high-press hunting trap. You've got the how. But the real art of coaching, the thing that separates good from great, is knowing the when. What are the in-game triggers? When is the opponent most vulnerable? That is the question this drill prepares your team to answer without even thinking.